Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 in Me and welcome to a new day. I hope you're doing great today. I got up real early this morning with the birds again and just had a lovely morning. I did some reading and when I just gazed out the window as the sun came up, and it was just one of those days where I was just so grateful for just being around on this planet. And I don't know whether this is happening to you guys, but the more that I am getting into my 60s, I'm really appreciating so much that I'm here, that there's so many people who have not had this opportunity, and to be able to see my sons grow up and have children and bring just to continue the family, and thinking about how my mom didn't have that, and probably many of yours as well. But anyway, it's just one of those gratitude days, and no harm in starting the day with your 10-finger gratitude. I think that's the 10 things that you are so thankful for in the world. But anyway, it also is the time of the day when I have my cup of tea. So I have got today my Twinings Detox Drainage Tea. It's actually a really cool tea. I have almost finished this whole box because I like it so much. It's a new product, new line from Twinings. And I actually don't speak German, so I can't read all the ingredients, but I'm going to just remind you what's in it because it's kind of cool. There's cherry stems, green coffee, chicory root, rosemary leaves, orange flowers, and it's packed in Poland. Anyway, but that's the tea for today. It's this detox drainage, and I really like it. I think that, as I said before, it's kind of cool when these brands decide to do something a little different, and their little tagline in the box is something like "Your time, your tea." So I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, it's so warm in here today. I've got a little brush to keep me cool. It's just a sunny day, and I'm not complaining. It's fantastic. So anyway, I want to talk to you about travel because I've got it on my mind. And I think that, as I've mentioned before, I travel a lot by myself, and I really love that. I love solo travel, but also I like traveling in small groups where you have the opportunity to do your own thing, but you actually also have the structure of a group. And one of our partners, Road Scholar, does a really good job with this, and they offer programs all around the world, and they call them learning adventures because that's kind of what they're meant to be, not just for the sake of travel, but for the sake of learning. And so I took a look at how I travel, how I decide where to go, and and when. And it came to me that there's basically a place for every season that I love. So I wrote an article for this, and maybe just share with you what my choices were for my year-round travel. Now, it's not that I go to all these places at these times of the year. It would be great, I guess, if I could. But the places that to me have a significance for the season. So let's start with spring. Because spring, of course, is, for a lot of people, a time when there's school holidays, there may be a cultural or historical significance to going somewhere. That maybe just at that point where you want to escape some cold weather and just go and appreciate the spring season in another part of the world. So the ones that came to my mind were, first of all, Paris. Of course, April in Paris, the song. I mean, how can you not associate the spring with Paris? I've been there in the spring, and it is beautiful. April and May are just gorgeous months. Of course, in Paris, you've got all the wonderful monuments and, just street life to explore. I mean, the shops, the cafes. It's really just an amazing experience to go to Paris, or really anywhere in Europe, but Paris in particular. The city of light is a city of romance and love and, style and fashion. And so spring is that time of the year for me where you're kind of reinventing yourself. You're putting all your winter coats away and thinking about wearing lighter clothes. And so in Paris, it's just got that joie de vivre. It really has that joy for life. And it's for me, it's a perfect place. And I remembered actually the first time I was in Paris was with my friend Daisy. And this was 30 some years ago, 38 years ago. And we were both pregnant with our first children. And we had this experience. Went for the weekend to Paris. She was from France. She's French. She lived in Montpellier, which is in the south. But we went to Paris for the first time, and we were both chubby, pregnant, and it was kind of our celebration of, you know, being single. Well, not single girls, but being without baby girls. And you know, it's just that experience of bringing life into the world while we were, you know, and being in Paris during that time of the year. So it was really, really special. And anyway, that's my Paris association. But of course, for the spring, you've also got Holland, where they have the amazing tulip festivals, and also Kyoto. In Japan. Now, I did go to Kyoto in the spring for the not for the cherry festival, cherry blossom festival, but I was there in March, and it was really, really cool. In fact, it's not just Kyoto, it's all of Japan, but Kyoto in particular was such a special place. And anyway, that's a memory from my past that I treasure. And those are places for the spring. Now, and of course, Rose Scholar's got programs at Independent Paris, which is like similar to the one I did in Prague, where you go to Paris. It's actually really, really reasonable, I must say, in terms of pricing. But you get there, and they have like every day you have a little lecture, a talk about the place, and then you go off either on your own with friends that you've made, because there's always a little group, or you can just just go off by yourself for exploration. And then at night you have dinner, theatre productions, you know, things together that you do. So Independent Paris is a great one, and they do one in Holland too, the tulip fields. But anyway, lots of choice for spring. Summer is coming up now, and summer for me is all about beaches, boats, trains, countryside, warmth, you know, wearing fewer clothes, bathing suits. I mean, it really is a time to relax and, you know, just almost not do anything, just enjoy yourself in a passive way. The place for me that I chose to talk about for summer was Greece. Greece for me is like the place to spend a beach holiday. And I know people have their special places all around the world, and for me it's just me, partly because of my own experience. But you know, when my children were young, we would go to Greece a lot and just go to Corfu or to Crete and just sit on the beach playing, you know, by the ocean, and just enjoying wonderful food and, you know, all those things, all those reasons that you travel, meeting fun people, listening to music, just enjoying, you know, love and friendship and your family. It was such a great time of my life. And the other place, of course, nearby is Croatia, which is, you know, a super place. Dubrovnik is an amazing city. And all the islands around Dubrovnik, in the Adriatic Sea, Hvar, Split, well, it's a city, Split, but Hvar is an island, Korčula, which is the birthplace of Marco Polo, the world traveler. And anyway, so Korčula, Croatia is also beautiful. Zagreb is another fascinating city. But these are the places that you might want to go. And of course, Road Scholar does all kinds of treasures of the Adriatic coast, and they do one called Greece in Depth. It's classical cities. So you can do history or you can do beach, but you can just relax, wear your sandals and shorts and just have a great time. That's the summer for me. No doubt in my mind where I would go. Then of course the next season is autumn or fall, whatever you call it. And it's actually one of my very favorite seasons, partly because I think I was born in that season in November. And it's one of those places where you, where the seasons are changing, but in a way that reminds you of the holidays that are to come. I mean, fall to me is that time where you start wearing sweaters, everything's getting a little bit cooler, the nights come in sooner, it gets darker, you sit around fires, you watch the stars rather than the sun. It's sort of a different mood. And it's just, for me, a perfect time, you know, to just watch this and appreciate the transitional nature of our beautiful planet. And so the place I chose to talk about was the New England and Nova Scotia. These are places in Canada, of course, and in the United States, where all the trees change incredible colors. So you get this carpet of orange and red and beautiful, beautiful you know, scenery. And the locals I know call the travelers there peepers, where the peepers that come to watch the trees, and there's Rose Scholar actually does a cruise called Full Splendor, where you can go up the, I think it must be down the coast of Nova Scotia, New York, where you can just, stop and see the different beautiful landscapes. So that was really cool. And of course, New York is a city that you can visit at any time of the year, but I particularly like it. Also, I lived in Colorado for some of my life, and Colorado is beautiful in the autumn too. I didn't mention that in the article, but the aspen trees change color. They're like golden coins shimmering on the trees. They're just beautiful. If you go up to Aspen or Vail, around the area in the mountains, it's spectacular. So, in the States, you've got so many choices of places to go. I could have named a dozen places for each of these seasons, but you know your special places. So winter. Winter for me is cold. It's not my super favorite season because I'm not a cold person. I don't like the cold, but there are some cool things to do if you like it that season. And I chose to talk about Iceland and Greenland and the Northern Lights. I think if you ask most women, what's their bucket list item? I know my friend Kathleen is she's got to see the Northern Lights. She just has this passion to see it. And so I think that this is the time of the year when you can go up. I mean, you can go up most of the year and see the Northern Lights up in that part of the world. But Norway, Iceland, Greenland, just incredibly beautiful places. Finland. I mean, it's something about the snow that almost makes them more beautiful. And I think it's in Finland, it might be actually in Stockholm, where there's an ice hotel where you can actually sleep in an ice hotel made out of ice, and they give you blankets and lots of warm juice and stuff. But yeah, the cold becomes an attraction. It becomes something to watch. And of course, if you still want to wear a bathing suit in the winter, you can always go to the Blue Lagoon in Iceland, which is a thermal spa with beautiful healing waters, and it's hot, it's not boiling, but very, very hot water, and you can enjoy a winter day in your bathing suit in the Blue Lagoon. So there's plenty to do, and of course these are all on the list of possible places that you can go with Rose Scholar or by yourself. You can just make this your own trip. These suggestions don't have to be done in a group. You just can do it on your own, and hopefully it's given you some inspiration and some ideas for how to spend the seasons. If you choose a holiday destination by season, maybe these have given you some thoughts. So I would love to know what you've got planned for travel this year. I know you do a lot of it. I always read the comments when we post articles about travel, and I know that you're out there enjoying the world. And I do hope that you all have great, safe journeys to visit friends or family, or just to try a new place. And also, I'd love to ask you the question, what is your favorite travel season? Which season do you love to travel? Please leave your comments in the section below. Let's start a conversation. We can get inspired by each other's travel adventures, and I always read those comments and join in when I can. And I want to just thank you again for being here. Just thanks for being part of this community, for making it strong as it is. And I really hope that we get a chance to meet in person one day. But for now, let's just say that we're here virtually for each other. And tell us what your favorite travel season is. Be great. Take very good care, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.